the pen on a list of 55 policies, including banning new fossil fuel leases, declaring a national climate emergency, and canceling student loan debt. The Progressive Caucus tweeting to the president to, quote, be guided by racial, gender, and economic justice to get their agenda done. And Tammy, I'll begin with you because additionally, well, just a second, because additionally, the Congressional Black and Hispanic caucuses are also expected to issue their wish/demand lists in the coming weeks. And really the message here seems to be, look, we helped get you to the Oval Office. It's time for you to take care of some of our items. Tammy.
Yeah, well, all they need to do is look at the polls, right? Americans are very upset. That's an understatement. No one elected Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez to be president. As a matter of fact, Joe Biden was elected president because he said he was a moderate. They said they back to life is normal, and Lord knows they're kind of giving that to us. But they have to recognize that, and yet you have to give them credit. In the face of everything, they will not stop. They're like the angriest dog in the world, right? They're pulling on that chain, and they want what they want. But this is the problem, is that it's not based in reality. It's not based on what's best for this country, and it's dangerous. My goodness, what more do they need to see to recognize that the American people don't want what they're selling? We are rejecting what they're selling, and yet they do not care. This should be a lesson for all of us about what is driving these particular individuals. All of their plans and the part that's been implemented, like the war on fossil fuels, has in part led us to this point, which is inspiring the enemies that we have around the world.
Well, and Tammy, you're right. I mean, AOC is not the president. However, on Instagram, she did channel him recently. Take a listen.
Tell you a secret. Most people don't really know what capitalism is. Most people don't even know what socialism is. But most people are not capitalists because they don't have capitalist money. They're not billionaires.
Oh, my God.
Charlie.
Oof. That was terrifying. I'm going to have nightmares.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Please. No, it's amazing, though. And you know, it's sort of hard to determine whether they're this dumb or they're evil, because as Tammy pointed out, the reason we're in the situation we're in is because Joe Biden, after claiming to be a moderate and spending a career positioning himself as a moderate, ran off with the circus on the Green New Deal nonsense, which led to exactly the situation we're in and exactly the situation that the Ukrainian people are in, because they jacked up oil prices, gave Vladimir Putin enough money to invade, and weakened America to the point that we have to turn to places like Venezuela for oil. And of course, gas prices are going through the roof, and inflation is going through the roof. They have weakened us. Their policies have weakened us. The only good thing here is I do think that the fact that the squad is talking about forcing Biden to run off with the circus again on all the rest of their crazy policies is proof that they know that they've seen the polling. They know they're going to get shellacked in November, and their best chance is to try to do it all with, what did Obama say, with the pen and the phone? That's their only hope.
Well, and Joey, as you remember, President Trump's first year in office, he signed 55 executive orders, slammed by the Democrats. And he did do more than President Obama, who in his first year enacted 38. President Biden so far has issued 77 executive orders. Rather, he did that in 2021. Is this the way of the future? Just bypass Congress because they're not getting things done, and that essentially would make the president kind of like a king?
It's the way of the present. It's not the way of the future. Obama was heavy-handed. Really, it goes back to some of the things the Bush administration did unchecked coming into the wars, and some of that warranted, maybe some of it not. But this is what I will tell you about that. A President Trump executive order is not the same as a President Biden executive order. As a conservative, I can tell you an executive order saying, hey, that crazy regulation the last guy did, I'm going to get rid of, is not the same as writing 77 executive orders that put new rules on our lives, new restrictions on our economy, and new restrictions on our freedom. And that's the problem, and that's what makes this so hard to stomach, to see that, you know, not only what President Biden has already done to go from this middle-of-the-road Joe to radical Joe, but the idea that he could succumb to pressure from someone who can send a tweet and raise $1 million, which is AOC's strength, listen, this is self-preservation for the squad. They're wrangling votes and money like they always do by telling people that they are victims to their born status. That's not how you govern a country, though. So it doesn't matter to them. It's not a big deal to them. None of them are up for Speaker of the House. They're just securing their seat and raising a bunch of money, and that's how they secure power in Congress, which really is the true irony in all this. What makes AOC powerful? Not her ideas, the amount of money she can raise.
Great point. Great point.